Premium design, check. Headphone jack, check. Expandable storage, check. These are some of the features that makes the Samsung Galaxy S10 a unique device worth considering in 2022. For a phone that was released in 2019, this device is my favorite smartphone of all time, not just because of its classy design, but because it has some features that you rarely find on some very many high-end devices of today. Let's get into why the Samsung Galaxy S10 is still a premium device and more in 2022. The Galaxy S10 has a 6.1-inch dynamic AMOLED screen with curved edges, which I personally like. The screen has a stunning colorful display with HDR10 Plus support. Another feature I like about the screen is the ultrasonic fingerprint reader, which also works well for me, though I must point out that it does not work well with a glass screen protector. The refresh rate is only 60 Hz, but personally I don't see it as a deal breaker. The S10 has Gorilla Glass protection both on the front and the back. On the sides, you have aluminium frame, and despite that, it only weighs 157 grams, which means it feels really light. It has IP68 rating, which means that the device has very good dust protection and is water resistant at a depth of 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. For quite some time now, many manufacturers have been stripping their devices of some features bit by bit, which makes the Samsung Galaxy S10 a standout device. The phone has a headphone jack, and in addition to that, the onboard memory can be expanded to 1 TB with a micro SD card. These two features are features you no longer find on high-end devices anymore, and it is one of the reasons why I still keep mine. On top of that, you get earphones and a charging brick out of the box. Speaking of the main camera, Samsung Galaxy S10 has a fantastic triple camera system. A 12 megapixel wide angle lens, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 16 megapixel ultra wide lens. I have taken very many bright colorful photos in daylight with this camera. Samsung's computational photography also makes it possible to get decent shots in night mode. You can also record videos that are vibrant and colorful in 4K and 1080p. If you come to think of it, one can say that Google perhaps borrowed the inspiration of the camera bar of the new Pixel phones from the Samsung Galaxy S10. On the front, there is a 10 megapixel front-facing camera that does a decent job of taking selfies, and it can also do 4K videos. Moving on to performance and battery. The Samsung Galaxy S10 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon or Exynos processor, depending on the region you live. In fact, this one I have is powered by the Exynos processor. With the chip on board and 8 gigs of RAM, the phone is more than capable of handling everything from multitasking to light gaming on the side with little to no effort. The S10 has a 3400 mAh battery that holds up for everyday use. It lasts a day of normal use for me on single charge, and I usually have several features like location and quick share settings permanently turned on. The phone also has wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, so you can charge supported devices with your phone. Finally, let's talk software. This phone I have runs One UI 4 over Android 12 very smoothly, like newer high-end devices. Unfortunately, it will not be getting any more Android updates, but it will keep getting security updates, and for me, that's sufficient for the most part. Android 12 already gives me extensive customization, so not getting Android 13 is fine, but that's my take. It's best to keep that in mind if you are planning on picking up this phone in 2022. To wrap things up, do I think this phone is still a good phone in 2022? Yes, I do. Can I recommend it? That depends. If you prefer your phone having an expandable storage, if you're a diehard fan of headphone jacks, and most importantly, if you're on a budget, then the Samsung Galaxy S10 is worth considering in 2022. You'll be getting a smartphone with features that are sorely missed on current high-end devices, with a more premium design and better performance than most mid-rangers. And the juicy part is that you'll be getting it very cheap. as cheap as half the launch price or less depending on the region you live in. That's all guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on the device in the comment section down below. Also remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Till I see you in the next one. Cheers!